It's certainly a cause for concern because the amount of money involved has gone up considerable, and so has the number of cases. I think the earlier number was 4,000 cases. This time it's over 6,000. However, I like to see this in a slightly larger context, where if the tax collected has also gone up, uh, pari passu, as to say, commensurate increase has taken place in the tax cases, in the collection of the taxes, and the overall number of cases in which the tax is being paid. We would need to see that whether, as a percentage of that, has the total amount and the number of cases also actually increased. I'm not sure about that it would have increased much more than just a marginal increase. And this is bound to happen as the size of the economy increases and the taxes which are to come to the government, they also go up in a similar manner. Our GST collection, as you know, has been going up month after month, year after year. So the such if when the collection is going up on one side, there is also likely to be that the misdemeanor, if one I could call it this, could also see a degree of rise. That could well be a reason that the detection process has been polished up and that the government, now that it has at its command a large number of digital applications, including whether you call it AI or other means, that it can get alerted in the first instance that look, this guy paid up last year X amount. Why is he paying this year X divided by 3 or 2? That is there a legitimate enough reason, or, or is that a suspicious case? So the tools in the government's hand, the instruments available to detect, those have certainly gone up with greater application of IT, and this could easily be one more reason why the number of cases has gone up. A lot of people probably thought earlier that they can indulge in an activity like this and it will never get detected. The government has provided for that scheme of GST provides for penalty, not only interest but also penalty in case you have not complied with the liability or the amount due from you. It is possible that you may that if at that if a certain point of time the government comes out with an amnesty scheme, the amount has become too large or it is too small for the government to devote effort in detecting, issuing notices, trying to recover money, and the money may come or may not come. Then somebody might declare bankruptcy, somebody will go to a court of law, and most, if the amount is large, people will go to court of law. That's natural. So, at that point of time, when the government arrives at such a considered decision, when I talk of government, it's the GST department really, and the Ministry of Finance, they come to a conclusion that it is worthwhile to announce an amnesty scheme and say, if you pay up within so many days, we are going to charge you half the penalty which is provided for in the law. Or even if you pay the government might even come to a stage to say if you pay the interest itself, we will waive off the penalty at all. But that will depend. from time to time, and one cannot be living under that false or hope, expectation that if I get caught, the government will not levy a penalty and I'll get away. So let me check what's the bank rate of interest and what the government charges. If there is a leverage between that, I try to take advantage. That both in case of the avoided taxes, which is legal, and evaded taxes, which is illegal, I'm sure the government is government is constantly reviewing its schemes and its policy vis-a-vis those, because in both those cases the government is getting deprived of revenue. Therefore, one, the loopholes in it, it needs to constantly keep on tightening so that the tax which is due, it comes to the government and it doesn't get avoided. Second, that if evasion is taking place in certain items, certain services, certain products, why is it happening in those cases? Does it happen largely on imported items? Does it happen largely in pharmaceuticals because the customs persons or the GST person is not so well trained to be able to figure out one drug from the other? So the customer declares this always as the lower value drug, whereas it is actually on the higher one, and the government would have collected a higher taxes. So after studying each item, that where is it that the maximum number of evasions occur, the government will need to, and I'm sure it does that, tighten the vigilance on collection from, tighten its own vigilance on how to go about collecting it.